Fate Hunters. Fate Hunters, actually let me go back to the main menu, is a roguelike game which is a card-based deck building game where you head through tower fighting various monsters, encountering various things as various different heroes which have all different ability sets. Not played this in a while, but I did do enough that we have at least access to the different people. One of the first things is if you are able to use gold to unlock things like most roguelikes to change up stuff. We are going to, let's see, yeah, we're able to choose up to 5 additional things we want. They all have different abilities. No, definitely getting that is nice. Life gain is always good. They did change a number of the items you have access to. There were like XP potions and things before. Halberd is always nice, and let's also grab a torch. And let's start and see how much I remember. So each turn you get 5 cards. When you end, the enemy will attack. The left is their attack value, right is how much health. They can have various abilities, like the zombie regenerates its health. So you really want to make certain to take it out then. Okay, our halberd deals 1 damage to both of them. So what we can do is we'll attack there. We'll light lance, deal 2 damage, draw a card. We'll use punch, hit that. We'll longsword and punch it. As you go, you get trophies for defeating things. Adds to your deck. When you are done, it shuffles around. Some items, like healing potions, are 1 use, but we also level up, in which we get to choose skill cards. Let's see. Lose 4 HP, restore 7 HP. Decent, since we have 18 max HP. They changed that from last time. It was a lot lower before. Sanctification, discard a card. Based on what type it is, it determines what it does. And Holy Fire, I like this. It just is at least as good as a mace, but also if you're healing yourself, then you get lots of extra damage. We didn't need to use the healing herbs because we're already at full HP. Critical Strike, 25% chance to deal double damage. Okay, so we're not going to be able to attack this turn, so we're going to use the torch to attack. And we're going to, I think, work our way to taking out the dire wolf. We will take a little bit of damage, but that is okay sometimes. Okay, we're going to halberd to hit all of them. Punch. Light lance. Ah, that is sad. I was hoping we would grab another attack card, in which case I would have punched the orc and finished him off. But we did not. So we're going to just punch, and alrighty, draw a card, discard a card. Yeah, dagger. I mean, I'm not too excited about any of them. The dagger is okay, but you're still going to have fewer cards in your hand. This has shield, ignores the first attack, and the goblin gives other people attack. So we could halberd, which will remove that shield, and let's see. Let's use a healing potion. This will not be activated. Ooh, they added effects, which is really nice. So we're going to do 3 there. Double damage off the back because of the Holy Fire. Definitely want a longsword. Healing potions are definitely good. And now we have more options. Righteous Wrath, 12 damage to a creature, but you also take 4 damage. Executioner, 7 damage to a creature with 2 or less attack. I like this. Isn't useful in all situations. Honestly, just taking the Holy Fire again would have been nice, but a lot of enemies have less than 2. Okay, we cannot take out the zombie, so it makes sense just to do that. Yeah, 18 is our max HP, can't heal passive. Over here we can see our experience bar. Um, Light Ray, and Executioner. Okay, yeah. There's the Enlightenment Potion. I've seen that before. This is one of the neat things where you're able to start building a deck, which is either big or small, having various bonuses. I think we're going to try to go sort of big. And this one is the first one where we get a choice, a hard room or a normal room. Obviously, we're going to go for a hard room with a hard room counter and more loot. We're also able to get treasure cards, which we have not seen yet. Endurance is a strong ability. However, we are going to longsword, use the fire, and then attack. Yeah, treasure cards basically don't do pretty much anything in your deck. However, you're able, like this. This one actually does have a use. You can use it once to draw 2 cards, but at certain encounters, like shops, you can, well, sell it for some gold to purchase various things like cards or stuff. Fast. Attacks before the player. I don't like that ability because if you just enter a room, you can be rather unlucky. Okay. Honestly, we're just going to be able to do all of these, and actually, we're going to see if this will continue into another fight. Loot bags give you a random item card. This can be good. I have not played this since its official release. I believe it's officially released, but can see what things they've added. Like, I don't remember this bone ring at all. You have to discard. We have no discards yet. As for a level up, that's an interesting one. Works well with that Righteous Wrath we saw, or even the Seal of Repentance, where you would take damage, but then it would actually heal you instead. We're going to take Seal of Repentance because that works really well with the Holy Fire and is a method of healing consistently a lot. Reaper. This is a fun boss I remember before. Has a lot more health, but then again, so do we. We only really want to hit it with big attacks because otherwise you're taking lots of unnecessary damage. We'll do a light lance there. Like, I'm not going to hit it with these punches and take a bunch of damage. So we'll do that. Unfortunately, rather bad hand here, partly because the longsword lost us a card, but we did at least get a potion, so we're back to full health. Alrighty, now we have the fun stuff. We'll use Seal of Repentance, gain a lot of life. We're going to Light Lance, draw a card. Let's use the loot bag. See, this is the other thing. The other kind of treasures, no use for it, but it is a lot of gold. I don't think anything that's at least the punches and the halberd are not worth attacking it with. We're actually going to burn the lucky one here because I want to see if I could have gotten some help. Well, we got another treasure. We are just going to go for the kill. Berserker Sword. Can crit, and it deals damage to a creature 6 times, adds a wound. Wounds deal damage to you. It is a legendary item, though. Shield is rather nice. Unfortunately, it's only 1 use. We are going to take the Berserker Sword. I don't know how they change wounds, if they're permanent or not. And now we get a heroic skill. These, I believe, are shared across the different groups. This is a 1 use. It's actually rather interesting because it also upgrades all of the items. This I don't like. Brainstorm is always nice. If you've played Magic and know about Brainstorm, it's a great card. And this is also a great card. You're able to look at a lot and find the one you need. We're going to go with that because that just is always solid, especially as we make it bigger. Now, this, after you defeat a boss, you get, this gives actually a whole lot more choices than before. Let's see. I kind of want to say, Yeah, this is one thing. Technically, you have a choice of whether to leave the tower, and that's how you retain gold unless you actually win. Um, passive abilities, lots of different things. Removing cards from your deck which are bad. Let's increase our max HP. Apparently. Oh wait, for some reason I read that as we had 10 fate points. Kind of silly. So besides that, let's just heal up because I don't have any strong thoughts. We're gonna go forth. Honestly, probably we'll kill ourselves at some point just going forth. Let's start with a brainstorm. We currently have 2. Let's grab the longsword, and let's see what this actually does. That's a hard. I do like this treasure. It deals a small amount of damage, but you can also sell it. Wounds suck because, as they were before, you cannot get rid of them through normal means. They will continually recycle and deal damage to you. So you can only take so many wounds before you have a really bad time. Yeah. Bad part of having stuff. Yeah, curses are much better because you lose 1 HP once, whereas a wound is pretty constant. Okay. Halberd. No crit. And we will take the curses from the discard pile, but it's relatively easy to deal with. In fact, we get to just deal with that right there. We'll also use our Seal of Repentance. And because it's ethereal, it only took 1 damage from my longsword. This, since it's a skill, is not affected by the ethereal, I believe. We will do that. We will see. Light Lance is also a skill. Okay, that just made it so that next time we'll be able to draw into better cards. We are going for a bigger deck, so let's grab whatever items we can, but the halberd is honestly pretty bad. Alrighty, let's start with the Light Lance. Let's go Brainstorm. Let's grab Seal of Repentance because that will make our Holy Fire really nice. Let's take out that. And now our Berserker Sword. We'll take that out very easily. Unfortunately, we get another wound. That's one of the uses of the banishment ability with the fate points, but yeah, tough things. Use that to get ourselves a shield. Harm. Ooh, Dagger Bandolier is fun. It's most useful the turn you use it. Let's go for a hard thing. Mysterious Rooms can get you to shops and various encounters. I have not seen this before. That's a cool art for it. But we need to kill the 2 armored beasts first. Unfortunately, they are also being buffed by the shaman, so our executioner cannot work. That is a terrible combo. And unfortunately, our wound took out our shield. So we take a whole bunch of damage right there. Halberd again. And we are not getting crits off of daggers. That's sad. Okay. Are going to use our dagger bandolier. Wow. Couldn't get a single crit. There we go. Energy potion is super nice. And, ooh, this is a new item. Helps you take care of wounds. And since we are nearing 30 cards in our deck, our heavy axes can start dealing a lot of extra damage. And let's see. Last Words is a Inquisitor specific ability. It makes it that if it's the last card in your hand, it does extra abilities. Let's see. Fortunately, we don't really have discard things to go with this. If we were going for those throwing daggers, that would definitely help. Let's go with Flagellant. That's the best out of those options. Okay, we want to Brainstorm. Not really for those. So we currently have a longsword, which we can take out that, definitely. Can dagger. We're going to take another longsword, so we can go here, here. Ah, the critical went on the one who would have died. Never lucky. Unfortunately, we get very few cards because of the longswords we were using, and I really hope... Ooh, we got 2 health potions. That is really lucky. And just like that, we are close to full HP. I'll be so happy to use that healing salve and get rid of some wounds. And there we go. Treasure chest. This is great, except when it's a mimic. Mimics are awful things. Terrible idea. Delving is basically just find a item. Let's go to a mystery room this time. See what we get. And Goblin Assassin. We get to take extra damage. And we have to discard one. We obviously are going to discard that punch. Okay, let's see. What are we going to do? We want to start with the heavy axe. I think just take out that. Definitely want to heal. Let's see. Yeah, let's just use the fire potion to finish it. Damage. And we'll be able to save the energy potion because that is a really good item. Okay, let's get started. With Brainstorm. I think I want to grab a heavy axe, except we just put ourselves under the amount. Wait, nope, they still deal 5 damage, as they should. For a moment I thought it had a... Let's see, take out that. And... Ooh, I do like Prey. Because as you do it, it increases. Shackles is also really good, reducing the attack. It doesn't work against guys who have endurance, but against some bosses it can be really useful. Or against some enemies. This is sort of like the Holy Fire card we got, except it just helps it for itself. Honestly, I think we need another healing card with all of the stuff we have going on. And we just lost our diamond. Truly tragic. Healing solve, burn out. Why can I see a wound right there? I guess that's a slight bug they have where they do not refresh the top discard, even if it technically has been burned. Mimics are bad because they would become things. Ooh, this is the hag. I believe each turn, or at least one of the bosses would be summoning allies a lot. It's really annoying. But she has multiple phases and can change at least, unless they changed it. Yeah, she's also ethereal, so... Let's see. Ah, we did not get punished. Skull Crusher is somewhat nice. Oh wait, this has been changed. Before it would deal damage. Let's actually do that. Parasite Sword is super cool, except it literally becomes your entire deck. I want to do the Spy Mask. Spy Mask is usually just from the Spy, but you can get other people's stuff. Ooh, this is one of ours. I I'm going to go for Inner Power. Unfortunately, wounds are definitely anti-synergy with that. And she's just getting stronger. And there's a Mimic. And this is probably where we die, because that could have gotten us some healing thing. Instead, we are now hurt further. Yeah. We do get stuff from killing the Mimic, so we actually have a slight... Gosh. None of these are healing. Let's go for Whirlwind. This we want to try to draw, because I want it to live, but this is exactly how you die. You add a bunch of cards, and you greatly overconfidence. But that is a brief look through. As you can see, there's a lot of different characters. There's now a hard mode. Unfortunately, I've not defeated the master with these characters. I believe that's maybe a newer thing that I did not get to see. But they have different starting spells or abilities, and also access to different things. Like the Arcanist has the Enlightenment Potion, but the Inquisitor does not. Also, her main mechanic is to choose one with various things like that elemental staff we found. But yeah, lots of interesting things, and thank you for watching.